So hello everybody, I just want to take the opportunity to show you guys my Danionellas cerebrum colony that I set up about a couple weeks ago. I got a dozen or so adults from Mobi like 3 weeks or so ago, and roughly 4 or 5 days later I think they just started spawning in this tub over here. The best thing about these fish is that they don't predate on the eggs or their fries, so that we can see. So it seems like I've been getting a steady growth uh, every day, which is basically for these guys. They keep spawning every night, and where the females lay like 3 to 8 eggs every time. Usually if I feed them in the morning, the females will be full of eggs by the evening, and then they'll start spawning. I believe in like the little corners or the crevices that I've provided over in here. And if you have good eyes, you might see that there's a little fry darting around. There's some over here. There's a couple of adults just swimming around them. Interesting thing about these guys is that when the adults were here by themselves at first, they shoaled as roughly most of the time as a singular unit, whereas now with more fry being present, they seem to have dispersed throughout the tank. Like they don't stick as a singular unit, but just go about on their own business here and there. I provided lots of plants. You can see there's some guppy grass, and I believe that's Elodia. There's a water lily over here, another type of lily over here. I'm also using polycarbonate roofing because seeing how small these guys are, they will probably be preyed on by things like dragonfly larvae, where the dragonflies might like lay their eggs into here. So I just put this in so they can get as much light as they can, so the plants get full sunlight, and that in turn, the algae that's also present in here would also help to support whatever microorganisms might be growing in here. So that would also help supplement that diet with live food, which is great. But yeah, I also do supplementary feedings with baby fish food. Let's see, here it is. Yeah, it's just some like finely ground powder that I got from the store. A friend of mine bought them for me, and seems like it's been doing quite well. Let's see if I could zoom in on. There's one. Just like going about their business. Yeah, you seem to congregate around here in the center, and also along here by the edges of the tanks. There you go. You can see a couple by the reflection. I usually keep a small sponge filter as well. I just had it removed for now because I want to give you guys a better picture. Usually the surface of this stuff is like very shaky when this is operating, so you guys can get a clearer picture. But yeah, these guys, as you might know, are like one of the smallest fish in Myanmar. They were described last year. I haven't observed it personally myself with the microscope that I have, but apparently they have a bit of missing bone on top of the skull, so that can give us viewers like a better look into their brains. And this actually comes with a good scientific opportunity for field like vertebrate neurology, where we could see like you can see a live view of the brain without needing to cut it up or anything. And as this is like a small vertebrate organism with, a fairly, well, not even say fairly, like a very quick life cycle, it's going to be easy, like a good opportunity to look at their brain development and stuff, and other things like how they behave in social situations, well, for animals, I guess. And yeah, that actually sounds like a pretty nifty little fish to be keeping as a colony. I'll be seeing about expanding this colony a bit more to another tub, hopefully. And maybe if I get enough, then who knows what'll happen. Maybe I'll like start making a more captive oriented project for these guys, so that'll be fun. So you know, we don't need to go collect them in the wild. The stream that I got them from was already pretty polluted. A friend of mine helped me out to catch them. They're pretty fragile as well, and I believe that considering how close that stream is to the city over there, it's very prone to habitat destruction. So it's also a good thing to have these readily breeding and thriving in a captive colony as well. So, well, this is something I've been looking forward to since the start of the year, and I'm actually pretty glad how things have been turning out for these guys. So let me see if I can get a few close-ups. And there you are. There's a baby. There's one that's like a week older. Yeah, I've been noticing that these guys grow pretty quickly. Like they'll start off as these little diddlers over here. I'm sure you could see, but like there you go on the stone. They swim really slowly, which is pretty atypical of how Daniels swim. Like Daniel babies swim in my experience. Usually they'll be darting around, but these guys are just slowly moseying around like how rice fish fry would swim. And it doesn't really take that long for them to start growing pretty big. Like I swear there's already a few that's roughly half to 2/3 of the adult size. Like this one over here, probably a week and a half old, and he's already like hanging out with the adults, no problem at all. The adults don't even pay any attention to the fry at all. Like the researcher that I was talking to before said that their mouths are typically quite small, and even if they do eat their own eggs, it's usually they can only have enough stomach capacity for one egg or so, so the risk is pretty minimal. Yeah, there's some more adults over here just swimming with the fry as well. You could see a bit of baby food just floating around on the surface. And usually if I keep this sponge filter on, then that also helps to bring this food down from the surface. And the Danionellas can basically eat off from it. So that's going to be fun. Alright, I'm going to leave it at this for now. So if you have any questions, please do let me know. I'll be happy to answer them for you. And take care, everybody. Bye bye.